Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Paul Clewes. He's a professional boxer. He's 7 wins with 1 defeat, with 3 wins by knockout, and he's fighting tomorrow night against Robbie Chapman over 4 rounds. And yes, pleasure getting you on.
Pleasure to be on, mate.
Anytime, mate. My first question for you is, how did you get into the sport of boxing?
Um, so I was 11 years old. I grew up in a small mining village in Doncaster. There wasn't much opportunities to do anything really. We didn't really have much other than a boxing gym. So yeah, that was the main thing to do back then. Either do that or be mischievous, which I wasn't. I didn't really want to do. So I ended up going to a boxing gym. Yeah, I'll start from there, mate.
Yeah, did you have an amateur career?
Yeah, I had a few amateur fights, mate. I had a few juniors, and then I had one senior.
So not overly too many.
No, very much a novice, basically, mate. Yeah, I think I had about three or four amateurs.
What, and then did you just think your style suited the pro game more?
Well, I had a few amateurs as a junior. We got into my late teens, and I ended up. I think I was about 24, 25, maybe around that time. And then I had one senior. I've won by knockout on that one. And then I just thought, yeah, I'm just like getting a bit older now, and I'd rather box for money instead of trophies.
Yeah.
Amateurs is more for the younger kids. I'm getting the back end of the 20s now, so I might as well just make something of it. I've had the experience of having a few amateurs, so let's just go pro and see where we go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and you've had a good start to your pro career. I mean, you made your first 2 fights. You fought Ryan Hibbert and Seamus Devlin.
Yes, mate, that's right.
Talk about those fights.
Well, the my pro debut were obviously always going to be special because it's the first one, isn't it? But yeah, um, he went well, mate. He were a big, strong kid. I mean, he were a really big kid, and I wasn't really at my natural weight. I was just fine trying. Obviously, my first fight, it was finding where I feel comfortable, with the weight and stuff. I think I was just about over 13 stone for that fight, so I'm just gradually getting down in weight. Yeah, I definitely wasn't my natural weight. I think Ryan were a big kid. But yeah, so I had to box very smart because I mean I think he'd recently just come off a knockout win. Preston, they were a good fight. I won every round, and then on to Seamus Devlin. I come down a bit in weight for that one. I think I ended up getting down to about 12-8 for that one, light heavy. And yeah, we put a fight of the night, 4 months on both of us. Yeah, we got fight at night. We're a cracking fight for people. Anyone who wants to watch it. We're on YouTube. Yeah, non-stop for 4 rounds.
A war.
Yeah, very. Yeah, it was a war, mate. Very
It
good
was.
fight. I mean, yeah, the crowd was going mad for 4 rounds. It was relentless. It was a relentless pace for 4 rounds, mate. And I nearly got him. I nearly stopped him in the last round. But obviously we'd put it all into the 3 rounds and the half of the fourth round, so I didn't really have much left. I mean, I kept going, but I didn't have the power to. I hurt him. I didn't have the power to keep on top of him and stop him. So yeah, we're cracking fight, mate.
Well, I mean, in your third fight, you got your first stoppage
Yeah.
against a very good fighter in Scott Williams. You put him down in the second, then stopped him again and then put him down in the third, and you got the stoppage in the third.
Yeah.
Talk us about that.
Well, we learned a lot of lessons from the second fight against Sheamus. I mean, I really like to be close up, head on chest, aggressive fighting style. But obviously my coach, I'll always listen to my coach. They know best. They really say I've got a good jab and backhand, and I can fight from distance really good. So we thought let's just try and practice on that a bit more instead of putting my head on people's chests and going for an aggressive style because obviously you only last so long doing that. Taking punches all the time and stuff. So the third fight, yeah, we focused on the jab and from range and digging the shots in instead of little tippy tappy shots, from inside. And it seemed to work. I hit him with numerous shots, and it were only a matter of time before he went down. Broke him down in the second, dropped him, and then I think the bell went when he got up. So we went into the first and just carried on breaking him down, digging the big shots in, and yeah, he couldn't sustain it anymore.
Did you know, like, when you put him down in the second, that you were going to get him out of there in the third?
Yeah. I watched a bit of his footage before, and yeah, he's not very keen on body shots. So I know, it's one of my favorite shots is to throw body shots. So I literally just practiced up and down, head and body, digging him into the body, and I could see him wearing and tearing. And every time I landed a body shot, he didn't like it. You could tell. So I just thought it's only a matter of time now. He's gonna go. We'll break him down to the body, then land some big shots to the head, and that's what it was. Like with the game plan, and it worked, mate, and finished him in the third.
Exactly. And then you had another fight against Harry Matthews, 39-38 win.
Yes. Another big kid. I think we had a last minute opponent change. I was down at about 12-4, 12-5, maybe 12-6, something around there. My opponent pulled out the week before. So we got Harry in. I mean, very, very experienced kid, former champion, 16, 17 wins on his record. It were only beneficial to me if I beat him, but obviously you're another big kid, so we had to put a bit of weight on, go up to the back end of light heavy. But yeah, and it were a good fight, massive experience fight for me. Never, been with anyone that experienced before. Yeah, and that were another fight where we said, let's just, he's a big kid. We don't want to get too involved with him. He's strong as hell. Just jab and backhand, just box him, and yeah, that's all we did, mate. And we boxed him on the back foot well until I think we got to like maybe the last round, and yeah, and he was grabbing me a lot and getting me in the headlock, and it literally drained my body and my legs. So yeah, I think I wear down back end of the fourth, and I think I'd maybe give him a round, we drawed a round. But yeah, that were another cracking fight as well.
Yeah. And then you fought, again, you fought Martin Shaw. You beat him 40-36.
Yes. I think that was down at first fight at the proper natural weight, I think. So yeah, we just wanted to get in there, see how I felt being really light. Don't go too aggressive, just get through that fight, and then it's going to open the doors up to better fights. So yeah, it's all about learning and practicing what we've been training in for in the gym. We don't need to do anything stupid, rushing in, getting caught. Just take our time, boxing on the back foot, jab, backhand, and working the body and head. And that fight, probably one of my best performances boxing as well.
Yeah, 100%. And then you fought Oliver Dakwe, and you KO'd him with a right hand. Second
Yes,
round.
yes, yeah. Yeah, he's a good kid, Oliver as well. I think that were another late replacement as my opponent pulled out, so we were training for another guy. So obviously we're last minute opponents. They're never really good, them, because you train for a certain style, then boom, you get another style, and you ain't got time to do to adapt. So you just have to adapt on the fight on the night. But yeah, I was boxing well, jabbing up and down, and I just caught him with a few times with a backhand, and I could see him hurting him. So I just thought, get down to the body, wear him down, caught him with some beautiful body shots. I could hear him grunting and stuff. And then yeah, got into it second, stunned him with a nice uppercut, and he just didn't recover. So I could tell he was hurt. So I just stepped the pace up, constantly onto him non-stop, didn't give him a breather, and I landed a couple of right hands, and yeah, he couldn't get up from it, mate. It was gone. But yeah, it was giving good back from in the first and the beginning of the second, mate. He was never out of his depth. He was giving good back, but yeah, we're just too strong for him overall, mate.
Mm. And yeah, next fight you fought Thomas. Unfortunately, wasn't your night. You got stopped in
Yeah.
round two.
Yes, mate. My corner threw the towel in. So another late replacement. We
I
were
mean,
down.
I mean, you seem to get loads of pullouts. So I
Yeah.
mean, you're a bit of a late replacement sort of fighter, aren't you? That you
Yes,
get.
mate. I don't know what's happening, mate. So, it's like, I mean, for that one, I think I was meant to fight Robbie Chapman for that one. but I think he got a cut the week before or the 2 weeks before, and obviously I think boarded, when you get a cut, you get suspended for 28 days or whatever it is, or so yeah, and that we were meant to fight Robbie then, but he pulled out. So I mean, we're down a good weight for that as well, for, feeling strong, and then obviously there were nothing available, and I'd obviously sold all my tickets, fans had booked the hotels and everything like that, and I don't really like letting people down, so I just says we'll just whatever's there, let's just take it, And Ben Thomas was there, and I think he had a miles better ranking than I did. Obviously, he was a bit bigger than me. He's 2 weights above me or a weight above me or whatever. I just thought it's a win-win situation for me.
He's light heavyweight, isn't he? And what did you say your natural weight was, middle or super middle?
Super middle. But I think he was I think the week before, I think he was out at about 13 and a half stone, maybe something like that. So yeah, he's a big kid, big strong kid. I could tell when I got in there. I dominated the first round, absolutely dominated. I nearly stopped him in the first, to be honest, mate. Or he didn't want any more. I come out in a second, and it's my own fault. I didn't listen to my corner. Whether we've been working on fight after fight
Were
for.
you getting a bit too? I wouldn't
Yeah,
say too confident, but sort of.
a bit too greedy. I got a bit too greedy, mate. So after the first round, my confidence was through the roof. I was, he landed maybe 1 or 2 punches on me, and I was digging him in left, right, and centre. He couldn't live with it, mate. And I just thought, I've got him hurt here. I can get him out in this next round, and he's got a really good ranking, Ben. And he's got a few knockouts in his wins, so win-win for me. And I just got a bit greedy, mate. And I just dropped my left hand, walked in, and just walked straight onto a big right hand, put me down. I got up at 8. I was fine. I spoke to the ref. The ref said, "Are you all right?" I said I was fine. But that's what you've got a corner for, mate. They save you from yourself. And I've got the best team in the world, mate. And I'll never ever slate them or anything like that.
Watching it back, do you agree with their decision throwing the towel in, or?
I'd always agree with them, mate. But from my personal view, I'd always love to have fought on. You know what I mean? I felt I was all right, but you got to take into account this kid's a bigger kid than me. He's got weight on me. All it takes is one punch in boxing, isn't it? So I respect them, mate. And by looking at it from a boxing point of view, and from them looking after me as a fighter, as their fighter, yeah, they did the right thing, 100%.
How hard was it to take the defeat?
Massive, mate, because he was an away show for me, and obviously I sold loads of tickets, got loads of fans there, and I'm not scared of losing, but my main thing in life is letting people down. I can't stand it. That's the one thing that kills me. And you were a bitter pill to swallow for a good week or two, but the best thing I did, mate, was not having much time off and got straight back in the gym.
Yeah, and you got a fight date straight away after.
Yeah. So I got straight back in the gym, and they were like, "Listen, we can't have you moping around. We need to get you back out there." And we're on the verge of maybe a Central Area title this year. So let's get back out there, get that confidence back up, and we'll get a show lined up for you, mate, and get you straight back on it. So yeah, I mean, for this fight now, what's tomorrow is my 3rd fight since December. So it's like
staying active is key.
Yeah, really been busy.
I mean, you only fought in February, and you fought a very tough fighter who rarely. Well, he fought matchroom fighters, and took Eggington 4 rounds, and you stopped him in the first, mate. He's a tough man.
I know. I've seen
as well.
I watched a bit of his, obviously a few of his fights. He's got a few wins here and there, and he always comes to have a go. And I thought that's perfect for me. It gets me something up and running, and fired up after this loss. I need someone who's not going to just go on back foot, cover up, and and just be a bit negative. I need someone who's going to come and want to maybe try and win. And that's what it was, he tried loading up with a few big shots. Obviously I've guarded well and defended them, and I just working on a few different things in the gym after the loss. Just changing it up a little bit and working on it in that fight, and it worked. More feints, patience, be patient. You don't have to entertain. I know it's an entertainment business, isn't it? And I just want to give the fans, value for the money. That's what my problem is. So just start being patient now. If it takes a full round and you only land 1 or 2 shots, just be patient, get your distance and stuff. And that's what we did first round. Just patient, a few jabs, finding my range, and then I found my range, fainted to the body and come up with a big right, and KO'd him. He couldn't get up. So good night for me.
How good was it to get a knockout, after that defeat and
Um,
get your confidence back in a way, and
yeah, massive, mate.
you've got
Absolutely
good
massive.
momentum now going into this
Yeah,
fight tomorrow.
massive, massive boost, mate. Honestly, it's like after that, I feel like I've not even took a loss. You know what I mean? It's not even bothered me at all because it were really eating me up before that. But yeah, I've not even thought about it once since obviously my last fight with the knockout. It's a past now. I've took it on the chin, and I think it's made me a better fighter from it, mate. To be honest, because my trainer said to me, "It'll either make you or break you." You know what I mean? You'll either turn up in the gym or you won't turn up now. Taking that loss will make you or break you. Plus, it'll open doors for you as well for people that are avoiding you before. You know, they're gonna want to crack now because you've got a loss. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's a win-win for me. I've gained a lot of experience from it. I've never, I've never really lost. So I've gained experience of losing, how to take that. Yeah, it's a massive experience bonus for me as well, Pete. And I think it'll only help me going into this year to have a strong year.
100%, mate. I mean, yeah, talk about, of course, your fight tomorrow night, of course. Yeah, you've got Robbie Chapman, a very tough man, as well, who started out in the home corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you returned to fight at the Engine Shed, when you did fight Ben Thomas, but hopefully back to winning ways at that venue.
Yes, mate. No doubt about it. I've got a few demons to put to bed there, mate. And since my last fight, since the knockout, I was straight back in the gym again. I only had one day off. Straight back in the gym. I've been sparring Mexican fighters, and loads of lads from around the gyms. I'm gaining massive experience. Fitness is through the roof. I've brought a nutritionist on board now. So my weight's been unreal. I've everything's just been perfect for this one, mate. And I'm hoping to go in there and put a top performance on. So if I beat someone like Robbie, he's got a good ranking, he's got a good pedigree, good experience. If I beat him, I know this year something's going to come, and I know for a fact it is. So yeah, it's just I'm not looking past him, mate. To be honest, because I know he's got a few wins and he's beat a good few kids and he's got a good few draws against some top kids. So no doubt about it, I'm not looking past him, but I believe in my own ability, and I believe I can beat him, and I will beat him tomorrow.
Is there any nerves going into the fight tomorrow? Of course, yeah. It's just that. Do you get nervous before you fight?
It's not really nervous for the fights. My thing is I'm nervous of letting people down. That is the only thing that bothers me. If I was a wave fighter and I didn't have no fans, I wouldn't have nothing at all. I wouldn't even be bothered. I like it, mate. I got like the thrill of it, for a fight. I love weighing in, I love squaring up, everything about it. I love the build up, absolutely love it. It's proper, it's just really addictive. The only thing that gets me is letting people down. That's the only thing that weighs on my mind.
What do you feel like you let people down when you got beat?
Yes, massively, absolutely massively. But one thing that made me feel better is every single person that come after that, they all rang me up after and said, "Don't be stupid. How could you let us down?" You know what I mean? Every day you're training, you're doing what you're doing. You dominated the first round. You looked unbelievable. Everything that you put into boxing, you don't let anyone down. Don't let your son think that. So that's sort of been a bit of an antidote to the venom, you know what I mean? So maybe going into this and future fights, it's going to be a bit easy for me now because that feeling of letting people down is not going to be there anymore. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a four-fight card tomorrow. For anyone who's coming to support you tomorrow, what time do you think you'll be like roughly fighting?
well, the first fight's at 7:30, so it could be any time between. Obviously not. I'm away. It's an away show for me, so I'm not going to be the main event. So I'll either be first, second, or third. So it's going to be anything between 7:30 and 8:30, 8:45, I think, mate. So doors open at 6. First fight's at 7:30, and yeah, I'll either be first, second, or third.
Who's your promoter?
Josh Whale.
Oh, yes, because you boxed on his shows in Barnsley
Yes,
quite a few
yes,
times.
mate. Yeah, Outlaw Promotions. Cracking venue, mate. Cracking setup. It's probably one of the best venues of boxing venues I've been to in the north side of the country. I've never really been to any down south,
W-
but it's probably one of the best I've been to, mate. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Would you ideally want to? Is this your last four rounds, or do you know, or just see how it is
I think
tomorrow?
so, mate. I think so. Yeah. Well, The loss to Ben Thomas was going to be my last 4, and then we were going to move to 6 after that. But obviously that just a bit of a hurdle. So you take a loss, you start again. So I'd 1 4-rounder, have this one, mate, and then probably we'll probably step up, get a 6 in next, mate, and that'll open the doors for like maybe a central area or something, because you're gaining that extra experience. I mean, I always spar a lot of rounds, 8 rounds.
Who's the champion at the moment?
Reece Barnhill, I think it is, at super middleweight, mate. But I mean, he's just won the eliminator for the English title, so
So
I'm
I can
guessing
imagine that might be vacant soon.
Yeah, I'm guessing so, mate. If he, I think he beat Adam.
Heppel.
Yeah, Adam Apple for the English title eliminator, mate. So I'm guessing once his next opponent's sorted in the next couple of months, I think that'll go vacant, mate. So yeah, and I will maybe look at going for it and see what my manager and my trainer says. Obviously, I would never say anything myself.
Is that the
Because
central area or
central, mate? Yeah, I'd love to
central
win it,
area?
mate. I'd love to have a go at it. But yeah, it's all down to my manager Josh and my trainer Mick. If they think I'm ready, then fair play, and if not, then I'll keep biting at the bit, mate, and earning my stripes.
Did I ask you what gym you trained out of?
No, mate.
What gym do you train out of?
I train out of Mickey's Athletic Boxing Club in Barnsley.
And how long
Yeah,
have you been there for?
6+ years. Yeah,
So
6.
since you started boxing, really, or
No, I started at a local gym when I was younger in Doncaster, and then when I come back as a senior, I started with Josh. That was over in a place called Mexborough. I had my seniors for them, and obviously COVID hit then, so that took a year or two out of my career, and then we moved to a new gym in Barnsley from Josh's hometown. Yeah, and it's the best thing we've done, mate. It's brilliant. We've got a cracking gym now, some cracking lads in there, and some cracking girls as well. Some really, really talented kids that are just helping me every day. We've been 32. I need to keep being kept on my toes, with these young lads and stuff, sparring, and yeah, it's brilliant, mate. We've got a really good family gym. It's absolutely unreal.
yeah? I mean, yeah. A few questions before I let you go. Do you want to no? What can fans expect from you tomorrow night?
Um, a dominant display, mate. I'm gonna just box to the game plan. Obviously, I don't want to give too much away just in case Robbie sees it. But yeah, just gonna box as good as I can, mate. That's all. I'm gonna give it my all. I mean, this fight sets up bigger fights for me now in the future, but especially this year. So I mean, this is going to be my best performance. I'm going to give it my all, and yeah, I just expect a good night of boxing.
Yes, mate, 100%. And of course, before. Oh, do you have any advice for somebody who would want to like start boxing?
Yes, probably best thing you could ever do, start boxing, mate. No matter if it's for weight, if it's for confidence, anything. The best thing I could advise is get yourself into that boxing gym, get training. Yeah, that 100%. It's the best place for me, even for like mentally. Some days if I'm feeling a bit crap or feeling down, as soon as I get into that gym, mate, it's a different world. I feel absolutely, out of this world. Health wise, mental wise, anyone suffering, just get straight to a boxing gym, mate. It's a perfect antidote for any kind of illness, mental illness or all like that. And however you're feeling, even weight issues and stuff like that. It's just the all rounder for anyone, mate.
Mm-hmm. And before I let you go, mate, do you wanna thank, you know, your trainers, just anyone who's helping you on your journey at the moment?
Yes, always, mate. I always thank the people around me because I've been nothing without them. My coach, Mick Whale, my promoter, manager, Josh Whale, all the lads and lasses in the gym that help me every day. My family, obviously, who support me, my missus, my kids. It all adds up, mate. It's all fuel to the fire. All my sponsors who obviously help me. You got to obviously your brain scans and all your kit that you've got to keep changing every couple of months because your training's that vigorous. So yeah, I just thank every single person around me, mate. Because without them, I won't be where I am. Simple as
Mhm.
that.
And from me,
Not
Paul. Oh, wait, what were you gonna say?
And not just in boxing, mate, in life as well. You know, boxing has made me such a better person, family man, better friend, everything, mate. So, you know, that's another bit of advice for anyone wanting to start up boxing. It changes you so much as a person. I'm a better dad, better family man, better boyfriend, better friend. So, yeah.
And from me, mate, thank you for your time and good luck tomorrow night with the fight.
Not a problem, mate. Anytime you want, give me a
Thank you,
bell.
mate. Bye.
Thank
Good
you, pal.
luck.
Bye-bye, mate. Bye-bye.